picturesquely situated within a few miles of Los Angeles lies Camp Josepho, the summer camp of Crescent Bay Council of the Boy Scouts of America, a camp of 110 acres with a hiking range of over 7,000 acres, an ideal setting for a summer vacation. To Anatole Josepho, who gave scouting a great camp, to the thousands of men and boys who gave unselfishly of their time and effort to make a wonderful dream become a reality, to all of them we dedicate this production. And here are the boys who know how to enjoy a vacation in the great open spaces. From every part of Southern California they come, loaded down with knapsacks, bedrolls, camping and hiking gear, all equipped for 10 happy days of good fun and fellowship at Camp Josepho, the West Point of Scouting. Summer, more than 2,000 scouts, divided into 10-day units, come and go from Camp Josepho. And here we see one unit marching out as the other marches in. We are officially welcomed to Camp Josepho by our camp director, Uncle Bob Hill, an executive of highest ability, who advises us on how to have the best time during the next 10 days, all based on the Scout Oath and laws. Each boy is assigned to what is known as an Indian tribe. Underson is always in attendance. Then comes the inevitable Camp Josepho haircut. Not compulsory, but advisable, as this is not a long hair establishment. We're now located at one of the 26 campsites, where we're going to sleep with Mother Nature in the rough. Here we meet the officer of the day. Neatness and cleanliness and self-discipline are a regular part of the daily camp routine. Qualified instructors teach classes in first aid, as well as signaling, marksmanship, archery, and every phase of the National Scouting Program, as inaugurated and practiced by the Boy Scouts of America, one of the most important of which is the class in artificial respiration. Cut that out, it tickles. Volleyball, baseball, basketball, and many other exciting sports are offered to the Scouts at Josepho. The big outdoor swimming pool is the most popular spot in camp. A staff of expert waterfront counselors supervise all activities here, and every means to add safety and cleanliness to fun are employed. The pool, 60 by 120 feet long, and ranging in depth from 3 to 15 feet, is filled through a filter with a complete change of the water every 24 hours. The buddy system is the best way for each scout to keep track of his buddy. The boys enter the pool together in pairs, and they must play and swim together at all times. They are frequently checked during these swimming periods by the guard blowing a whistle, and every boy and his buddy must stand on the deck with clasped hands raised over their heads at the count of 10. It is very easy thereby to see if a boy is missing, and he is then immediately accounted for. Life ring instructions consist of the ability to coil a rope correctly so as to throw the ring to its maximum length and hit a given target on the nose. Knotted rope instructions are given for ultimate application in rough water. A rope is tied with a series of knots in appropriate places to aid the person being rescued, and the rescuer is instructed to dive into the water flat on his stomach so as to keep his head above water at all times, thereby keeping sight of the victim. The rope is tied to the rescuer as an added aid to him in case of unexpected trouble. As each boy enters the pool the first day at camp, he must prove his ability to the waterfront director. He is then immediately classed as a non-swimmer, a beginner, or a swimmer. Aside from the general swim periods, the Camp Waterfront program includes classes in life-saving and advanced swimming, as well as special classes for boys who must learn to swim. Many scouts who used to be afraid of the water become enthusiastic swimmers. The Life-Saving Merit Badge is one of the most desired honors, as it is one of the requirements for the Eagle Badge. Each year, Camp Josepho turns out many fine lifesavers. And here we have the pleasure of meeting the Johnny Weissmuller of the camp. Water polo is the most popular game at the pool. Every afternoon, the Stars and Stripes are formally lowered at Camp Josepho. Here, the camper of today, who will be the citizen of tomorrow, pledges to himself, "On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight."
Throughout all the West you'll hear them praise our worthy name. Hail the banner of Josepho, flying high today, and wherever it will go, you will always know it's the pride of the BSA.
Here, Mom, had a swell time today. It's 7 a.m. at Camp Josepho, the hour at which the Scouts are awakened to greet another camping day. A good Scout learns to use his hands to make things and repair things. At the West Point of Scouting, the handicraft staff is kept busy helping America's future craftsmen make camping equipment. Scouting's wonderful program of handicraft in the pages of the famous Handbook of Boys is brought to life at Josepho. It's never too early to learn how to take care of yourself in the open, and the Scouts are taught to rely on themselves and not depend wholly on the luxuries of today's living. A good camper is a good Scout. The boys are taught cooking over an open fire built by themselves. Each must prepare and eat a hunter's stew to the satisfaction of the staff. For first-class cooking, a Scout must prepare and serve a dinner to his patrol of 8 members. And for second-class cooking, he must prepare a meal for himself. This particular morsel may be a little tough, but the consular is a good sport and generously offers encouragement and advice to the cook. Give that fellow another summer at Josepho and he'll cook you a 6-course dinner with the aid of only a Scout knife and a fire-making set. Don't cry, old boy, it's only an onion. And now comes the fire drill, in which the Scouts are taught what to do in case of an emergency. Sunday Field Day is the only time when parents are invited to visit the boy campers. And this is the day for exhibiting the results of the scout training. The boys are taught through planned games to play hard, win if possible, and be good sports. Win, lose, or draw. The tribe that wins the most honors for inspections, games, and other intercompetitive activities gets the big chicken dinner, a banquet deluxe, at the end of the 10-day period. All week they prepared for Sunday afternoon. The tribe who wins is a step nearer the big chicken dinner. The object of this game is to see who can climb over the backs of his respective tribe and get to the end of the line first. The tug of war is a test of strength of the tribes. The scouts who take to overnight pack trips through the trails of Rustic Canyon.
Let's hit the open trail, boys, we're off to camp today. It's off to real adventure, hiking all the way. For all the camps in region 12, there's none that can compare. The one with the fun of the day is done, Josepho will be there.
Over 20 individual hikes are taken each period under supervision of the Activities Department.
For all the camps in region 12, there's none that can compare. The one with fun of the day is done, Josepho will be there. Josepho will be
Hiker seems to be having a hard time of it, but there's always a scout to help. One thing scouts at Josepho like to do better than hiking and swimming, and that's eating. And here they go to mess.
I've got sixpence, jolly, jolly sixpence. I've got sixpence to last me all my life. I got tuppence to spend and tuppence to lend and tuppence to spend.
Tough luck, Scout. Next time you wash, turn on the water. The immense mess hall can accommodate as many as 600 at one time. And here only the best and freshest foods are prepared for the boys. The scouts take turns in helping at KP duty. Before each meal, blessing is asked. Mrs. Hamilton, affectionately called Ma by her boys, has complete charge of feeding the hungry group, and a fine job she does. most important event at Camp Josepho is the calling out ceremony of the Order of the Arrow, the honored camping organization. The mighty chief singles out an outstanding scout camper, the boy who has done his best during 10 days at Josepho to live the scout oath and law, to play on the team, to show his love for Camp Josepho, to render unselfish service to others. The boys of the tribe do the electing, and they're the strictest judges of all. You've got to be good to become an arrow man. The chief of the Order of the Arrow looks into the eyes of each camper during the ceremony, and there, another arrow man is chosen. The Order of the Arrow is composed of more than 200 outstanding scouts and scouters who have helped build this great camp, and no matter where they are, they carry on the traditions of the West Point of scouting. This scout is an honor camper now, a leader of boys today, a leader of men tomorrow. And to the people who have made Camp Josepho possible, we say, this is your proof of a job well done for and by the thousands of Boy Scouts who have passed through and continue to pass through the portals of Camp Josepho.
Hail to Camp Josepho!